The little shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another amazing and impactful episode of the True Health Ever podcast, where we try to live the best life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and for the first time, I have with me the 2-year married, the cornrow braids popping, the about to go on a trip and don't even know where you're going, queen herself. Please introduce yourself.
I was like, for the first time, what's new?
Yeah,
but all of these combinations, yes, this is the first time.
Gotta switch it out.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd, and excited to go. We leave for our trip tomorrow. Excited. Don't know where we're going. Nervous, excited, anxious.
Oh, you telling? Look, it's my first trip planning by myself. Like I feel like I'm really adulting now. Over here planning stuff, itinerary. Speaking of which, I'm supposed to check into our flight. Oh, I'm gonna do that in a second. Look at me, already messing up. But the anxiety, right?
It'll be fun regardless.
It is gonna be fun regardless, and we got our seats. So, I mean, the checking in is just a moot point at this point. Right. But a few things. One, shout out to the healthy snacks we got going. All right, so you got your unsalted raw cashews.
They're not raw, but they are not maybe cooked? They are raw. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
But. Okay. And then I got, our patented, just kidding, we do not own the patent to this, but our patented cinnamon chia pudding with a little bit of protein, some fresh apples on it, trying to do our thing. Feel free to put your hands into my food, queen, at any point in time. But healthy food is one way. Yes, that's what the ring says. Healthy food is definitely one way that you can, empower your body, empower your life, and invest in yourself and invest in your health. Yep. That is the topic for today. Like maybe 20 episodes back, we had motivational speaker Josiah Greer. He came on here, dropped some knowledge, some gems, told a lot of his personal story on like just what got him into the road of motivation and education, period. But that was only part 2. And I feel like we didn't even get to like really dive into like what he's passionate about. We didn't really get to dive into like a real word from him because we were busy learning about, his story, his background. All right. So we brought him back for a part 2, y'all. All right. So in today's episode, we're going to bring Josiah back, and he's really going to hammer down and focus in on what does investing in you look like. Let's do it. You ready, Queen?
I'm ready.
Oh, no. All right. Well, before she keeps on singing, let's get into the episode. All right, we're out. Oh, come on. We got the new intro. Hold on.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? And here comes Brother Greer. What's going on?
Hey, that was crazy dope. That intro, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I'm jamming. I love it.
Listen, we had to get better. I know the last time you were on here, we were on Zoom, doing our thing on Zoom, but now we're on StreamYard. We got the new intro. We got some animations going. We've been investing in us, but we're here for your word. All right. So first off, how you been, King? What's been going on since the last time we chopped it up?
Man, a lot. I mean, it's just life right now, trying to figure out, what's happening with California in regards to COVID. I mean, the cases are going crazy. So trying to figure things out. I mean, I got into a relationship, you know what I mean?
Hey.
Well, I announced it, you know what I'm saying? That's essentially what it's been. Cause you got to get through that stage first and be like, we serious? Right. Are we serious? You feel me? But so yeah, it's just been a lot, man. I had my 31st birthday the other day. So,
happy birthday.
Yeah, man, life is going. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just living life, man. And just thankful to, to be alive and to get an opportunity to link with y'all again. It's always beautiful,
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I don't know exactly the rhythm that you want to go, but the shirt that you have on
Mm,
says "Believe in yourself." Can
hmm.
you talk about, for you, is there a difference between believing in yourself and investing in yourself? Like what is that parallel? What is that difference?
I think, believing in yourself means, you actually accept the fact that there's potential there. You know what I'm saying? That there
Mm,
is a potential to grow, potential to do something, that better than what you're doing now. I feel like investing in yourself is the action that you take
ooh,
towards achieving, you know what I'm saying, that belief, you know what I mean, towards making that dream become a reality. So for me, I think investing is that action part.
love
But they're both very important.
it.
Without believing, there's no point in investing. You're not gonna feel confident in your investment. So they're both absolutely key.
I feel like belief is the precursor.
There you
Mm,
go.
The prerequisite for
There you go.
investing. So yeah,
gotcha.
otherwise you're gonna be like, why do I need to invest
Hmm.
in myself
Exactly.
if I don't believe that the investing is going to pay off?
Gotcha. So the belief is the motivation
Yeah,
to
it's like the
take the
mindset, and
action.
then like he said, the investing is the action.
Gotcha, gotcha. Love it. Well, shout out to Markel, shout out to Rare X for making the swag, making the
Right.
stitches for all
Mhm.
of
Right.
us to
Right.
believe in. Much love. But again, I wanna hand it over to Josiah so we can get into the topic at hand, talking about investing in ourselves, investing in our future. What you got for us, King?
Yeah, I think the reason I think this topic is important is because a lot of people are just in the believe portion of it. You know what I mean? A lot of people are just like, dream big. Especially if you talk about motivational speakers. We always push the idea of dreaming, which is very important. I think children are the best dreamers because they haven't been, had those walls, right? Those limitations of life that we as adults have due to our experiences. And so the dreaming part is very important, but without that action, without applying, what I mean, what you've learned or what you have, and taking those baby steps, even if it's a crawl, however you get forward, you have to create an investment for yourself. And a lot of times we just push the investment in the actions, right? And just what you physically can do. But what about the actual monetary investment as well, too? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, I don't know if StreamYard, if you guys have to pay for StreamYard, but I mean, you realize if you did, you're like, hey, listen, Zoom is cool, but StreamYard is going to help us take our thing to the next level. So we're going to
Right.
have to make an investment and pay to have StreamYard to make it better, And so we can't just live on the idea that you can think yourself into greatness. It's like thinking is the beginning part. And then eventually when you put down you start laying down the hammer and putting down the foundation, that's where, that investment part comes into handy. And, one of my mentors, Kevin Bracey, who's a motivational speaker as well, he tells me he took 16 years of investing,
Mm,
and he's been speaking for 25 years, 16 years of investing and 9 years of reaping. You know what I mean? 9 years of reaping the benefits of what you invested in. But it's going to take some time. It's nothing's going to happen instantaneously. And if you do, that's like where lottery people come in.
Yeah.
big fact.
That's quick, but most lottery people go broke because they didn't take the process to get that money. They just got it instantaneously. So, but I'm saying investing in yourself is the best key, and it's the best person. If you can't invest in yourself, then why should anybody else invest in you? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
start with yourself, man.
Man, go ahead, Queen. I got
You
a lot
said,
of like just follow-up
all
nuggets
right,
after
and
that.
multiple bars have been said already.
Every time with you, Josiah. God goodness.
Like the first one that I was like, ooh, was like, you can't think yourself into greatness. I was like, ooh,
Yes.
ooh, that's good.
Yes.
Right? You have to put that action behind it, because if it just stays up here, then you're no different than another person who may have the same thought. And we've talked about that too in the, I think, at the manifesting podcast, where multiple people can have the same idea. Right. It's all about who's going to take the action to make it happen. That's what sets you apart from others, and what makes you different is that you take the action.
Right, and that's also like everyone's execution on a dream can look different, right? Like you can have this. I want to make this movie. I want to write this book. I want to start a podcast about health. All of those things will look completely different depending on the unique person who's putting in the action. So I love that. So first thing, that was one of mine. But first thing, the way that we use StreamYard, it's free. That's why the logo is still in the corner. It says powered by StreamYard. we ain't paying for it. But we will eventually start actually paying for StreamYard. I just wanted to make sure that was clear to our people watching.
It's all good.
Number two, something else you said, I think it was on the story of King Brazy, was he put in work for 16 years, right? Invested 16 years. Think of that as like your IRA. Think of that as your Roth IRA, your 401k. You're investing money for years, and then you reap the benefits later on, right? So you said he has 9 years of reaping. In mortgages and student loans and any type of like big financial investment, there's I'm probably gonna say the word wrong, Cream. What's the word?
Amortization.
Amortization.
I think.
Yes, that's the word.
Okay.
I don't know if it's pronounced the correct way, but there's amortization to where you're paying a bulk of the interest up front, right? You're investing and the bank wants to get their money up front, and then later on you start paying principal. Or it can be reversed in compound interest. You start getting small returns for the first 10, 15 years, but then 20 years later, all of a sudden there's an exponential growth in the returns that you get. And I think financially, we understand that. I think financially, we're like, oh yeah, obviously over time, after I put in this amount of money, I'm gonna get an exponential return. But I think when it comes to small things that we do for ourselves, for our health, for our dreams, we want one action to give us one exponential result as soon as possible. Right? We're not thinking, I'm gonna put in 15 years of work and then I'm gonna explode. We're like, no, I'm gonna put in 15 minutes.
Right.
And then something's gonna pop off from this 15 minutes. So I know you made a particular promise or dedication to Kevin Bracy, right? After hearing his journey, and you made a promise to him. Can you talk about that promise that you made to him and any type of return you've been able to get in the short term, but really the return you hope to get maybe after you do this dedication or commitment?
Yeah, I told when I met KB a couple of years back, he told me his story, and he just kind of said it took 14 years of him grinding before he started to see some sort of benefits from it, and so for me, I obviously and before I talked about the Wise Word Wednesdays that we do and the dedication to it. So for me, I told him, I said, that means I have to stay dedicated at least 14 years before I can give up, because if I know that it took him 14 years, then for me, out of respect for the work that he put in and respect for, because, I respect the work that he put in for the craft of speaking. You know what I mean? And going into and speaking to other people and helping, motivate and encourage people out of respect for what he did, then I can at least put in that much effort before I say, all right, this isn't for me. And who knows, after 14 years of doing it, I might feel like I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been doing Wise Word Wednesdays since 2017. Here it is, 2021. And I still feel like I'm just getting started. I still feel like I'm just now shifting what Wise Word Wednesdays look like. And so for me now, it's like, how can I take it to the next level? It's like I'm just getting my feet off the ground. So before I do anything, as far as saying I give up, I quit, and it's over, I need to dedicate those 14 years out of respect for what he did. And I know people like E.T. did 20 years, in the game before they were able to, reap the benefits, or before he was able to reap, the benefits that I plan on, on reaping in the future. So, my goal is to be a billionaire. And I know that's going to take a while to do it. I think Jay-Z's came out with his first album at 26 years old. And he became a billionaire at like 50 something, 51. So, I got some time, again, this is a long-term investment. I'm not trying to become, a billionaire next week. I'm willing to take the time, like when you go to the gym, your first day, you may not bench 225. You may only start off with the 45-pound bar, but if you keep doing it, then maybe you add on 10s the next month, and then you add on some 25s the next month, and so on and so forth. And in a couple of months, you up to 225 and you didn't realize it. So I'm willing to put in that kind of work.
I love it. I need to go back to the gym. I don't know what I'm benching these days.
I ain't nowhere near 225. I'll tell you that. Which is why I used it.
But yeah, I love the fact that you're about to dedicate 14 years with no real expectations.
Right.
Right. Like I'm gonna put in this work because I love doing it. I love the Wise Word Wednesdays, love putting the positive energy. I'm gonna put in 14 years. I'm just gonna see what happens. So for anyone who's listening, who's watching, figure out what are you willing to dedicate some years to, just for the love, just for the passion, like the habit of doing Wise Words Wednesdays, the habit of doing Black Study Snacks, the habit of recording a podcast every week for 10 years. Like, dedicate your life to something, and then just see what happens, right? See what fruit comes from those seeds.